Hello, welcome to the Glenbard Township High School College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each school will have 6 minutes to share more about their institutions, but will be around during the entire session. My name is Jessica, and I'll be your facilitator for today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your question to your presenters at any time during the presentation. This is just one of many sessions, so make sure you go back to the website and check those out. This session is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Glenbard. I'd like to now turn it over to our first presenter, Illinois College.
Good evening. Good evening. These are usually in the evening, folks. Good afternoon. John Tomas is my name. I'm with Illinois College. Folks, we're in Jacksonville, Illinois, and I'm going to share my screen with you and show you a bit about Illinois College. So hoping you can all see my screen. So again, we're in Jacksonville, Illinois, which is about 3.5 hours southwest of Chicago. There's our campus, and you'll see that year in yellow, or is that gold, I guess, 1829, the year we were founded. We are the oldest college in the state of Illinois, so we've been around a long time, and you'll see elements of that if you ever see our campus, and I hope that you do. Kind of a historic campus, a beautiful campus, lots of tradition, lots of history at Illinois College. In addition to historical buildings, lots of new things as well, with new dorms, labs, classrooms, athletic facilities. So really kind of a nice combination of old and new at the same time. Folks, look at that photograph and look up at the top of the photograph. You can see the horizon. Like you, I live up here in Chicago, and we often don't get to see the horizon, but right outside of town, it's rural Illinois. We're about 30 minutes straight west of Springfield, our state capital. We have students that come to us from lots of different states, different countries. We have actually record enrollment with our international population these days. So students are from all over the place, lots of languages spoken, lots of cultural backgrounds. So small, we're 1,150 students, yet diverse within that population, which is kind of cool. As far as where we are in relation again to the Midwest, you can see on that map, some of the towns around us and the cities a bit further. Our town, Jacksonville, has about 25,000 people. Our town was actually voted as one of the most beautiful college towns in the nation. You're looking at a photograph of our town square, which is kind of an old historic square. If you go down the main avenue from there to the west, it's called College Avenue. You all of a sudden get into a neighborhood with beautiful homes, and you get up to this little gradual hilltop, which is Illinois College's campus. We emphasize certainly learning within the classroom as well as learning outside the classroom. You can do that through things like internships, our study abroad and study away programs, which we call breakaway trips. We also do a lot of research, and students, you don't normally do research till you get to grad school. We're only undergrads, so grad school is, or rather, research is an important aspect of your learning as an undergrad student. Also, we do a lot of work in our community. Often that's related to your major, what we call community-based learning opportunities. So ways in which you learn outside of the classroom. I mentioned we're about 1,150 students. We're small by design. Our classes are like 16, 17 people. So we want our classes to be small, so the more engaging, the more interactive. You'll hear from some other colleges a little bit later that are 10 times the size of ours. So think about what might be right for you, smaller or larger. If you're not sure, visit both kinds of schools, and I think that'll help you figure out what the right fit might be for you. But relationship-centered experiences, it really is what you'll find within a smaller school, certainly at Illinois College. NCAA athletics, we're part of the Division III with about 20 different intercollegiate sports. We have a really vibrant athletics program and probably the nicest athletic facilities for any school in our conference. So yeah, we're not a huge school of 40,000 with NBC trailers on a Saturday morning ready to broadcast the football game, but we have great football games. We have a lot of activity on the weekends, so really quite a lot going on for a small school. To apply, there's 3 ways: our own application from the website. We're part of the Common App as well as the Coalition application. I'm up here in Chicago. I read your applications. I'm the guy making the admission decisions, and I'll work closely with you through that process. We've been test optional, not for 2 years like most schools, for about 12 years, almost 15 years. We really believe what you do in the Glenbard high schools on that 5.0 scale, it really means a lot. So I look at your grades in your core classes. Your daily performance means more to me than a 4-hour test like an SAT. So don't worry about test scores when it comes to Illinois College. You can be admitted and receive all of our scholarships without submitting an SAT. Scholarships are talked about here. The full trustee scholarship is full tuition all 4 years. We also have some automatic scholarships, which go up to about $25,000 per year. $45,000 will be $46,000 next year. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of money. You'd be surprised what your net cost will be. In many cases, it's $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 per year out of pocket, which is a whole lot better than $46,000 per year. Books are included in that. And also we guarantee you'll finish in 4 years. If you take longer to finish, we'll pay your tuition until you receive your bachelor's degree. If you're a student unable to file a FAFSA, Illinois College is one of a few schools in Illinois who partner with the Dream.us Foundation for some phenomenal scholarship opportunities to really make college a reality for students unable to file a FAFSA. So let me know, reach out to me if you or someone who might be in that position. Reach out to me. We encourage you to visit the campus. I'm here all summer. I'm based in Chicago. I do virtual visits on Thursday nights, Saturday mornings. We hope you come and see us in person. And if you decide to apply next year, again, I'll be your contact. In the chat in just a moment, I'll supply a little link if you want to fill out a quick form. It takes 2 minutes. We can learn more about you. I'll include my email address as well if you want to reach out to me directly. So thanks so much.
All right, thank you. So next up, we have University of Vermont.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here today. And I am Ashley Brown from the University of Vermont. I serve as a Regional Associate Director of Admission based full-time in the Chicagoland area. So the University of Vermont is located about 14 hours from Illinois. That's if you're driving, but if you're flying, we can get you there in about 2 hours on a direct flight right out of O'Hare. So in terms of accessibility from Chicago to Vermont, it's really easy to get to. We have about 10,000 undergraduate students on our campus, so we do consider ourselves a medium-sized institution. Our average class size hovers just around 35. You'll see the statistic here on the screen of in-state versus out-of-state students, and you'll see that out-of-state statistic being pretty high, right? So we know this is a bit unusual, especially for public institutions, but because Vermont is such a tiny state, we do attract and draw students from all across the country. So you'll find that the vast majority of our students on campus are from out of state. We offer over 100 different programs at the University of Vermont. Some of our more popular programs include business, psychology, environmental studies and sciences, political science, in addition to the health sciences as well. We like to talk about our distinctive qualities at the University of Vermont, and some of those on the surface can seem a little bit contradictory. So for example, the University of Vermont is old. We were founded in 1791, and we're the 5th oldest institution in the New England area after Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth, and Brown. But we're also really new in the fact of constantly keeping pace with the changing world around us and keeping our campus up to date and building new infrastructure and just being cognizant of that ever-changing society that we find ourselves in. It is also true that we are both big and small, so we're really big in comparison to some of those smaller liberal arts institutions across the country, but also really small in comparison to some of those big, larger national research institutions as well. It is also true that we are both urban and open. So with us being urban, we are located in the beautiful city of Burlington. We are a 10-minute walk from the downtown area where you can enjoy lots of shops and nightlife and restaurants. And with us being open, it means that our natural landscape is open. So our campus is framed by the Green and Adirondack Mountains, and we sit right on Lake Champlain, which is the 6th largest freshwater lake in the United States. Experiential learning is a crucial part of a UVM education. So you'll see on the right-hand side of the screen some of our recent internships that students have completed. And students can also participate in undergraduate research as early as 2nd semester of the sophomore year. So in addition to that great, strong theory that you'll be getting in the classroom from your professors, those experiential learning and hands-on opportunities are just as important at the University of Vermont, and they're very robust opportunities for students all in every major and every academic area of study on our campus. This slide just talks a little bit about our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We govern ourselves by six common core crown values, and they are respect, integrity, innovation, openness, justice, and responsibility. And we also have campus identity centers on campus for students who are looking to have a shared space with other students who identify with them. So we have our Mosaic Center for Students of Color. We have our Prism Center for any students who identify as LGBTQIA+. We have our Interfaith Center and our Women and Gender Equity Center as well. So again, these centers are places where students can come together and actively plan and engage with one another. And for students who share that common sense of identity, they can also serve as a second home. A little bit about housing. All students are required to live on campus for the first 2 years. And all first-year students have to live in a living and learning community. So you'll rank these in order of preference on your housing application. That is how students are placed into their living and learning communities. And about 90% of our students are receiving their first choice living and learning community. All right, a little bit about admissions. We are a holistic review at the University of Vermont. So we're not only looking at your grade point average or your test scores. If you choose to submit them, we will be test optional for this upcoming recruitment cycle. But we'll be looking at things like letters of recommendation and essays and your extracurricular activities, and using all of those factors to determine if you'd be a strong fit for the university. We do have scholarships for students. They range from $8,000 and going upwards into $20,000 for students who are from out of state. About 87% of students on campus are receiving a scholarship or financial aid from the University of Vermont. So I think that's my time. So thank you all again so much for being here today. And I will put my information in the chat if you all would like to connect with me after today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashley. So next up, we have IUP-UI.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Hawker. I am the admissions, Chicago-based admissions counselor for IUP-UI. So we are Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis, also known as IUP-UI. We have 550 academic programs, 16 degree granting schools available for students to study in. So of our 16 degree granting schools, some of our top programs would be our Kelly School of Business, the IU School of Medicine. We have one of the largest nursing programs in the state of Indiana. We are very well known for our Purdue Engineering and Technology programs, as well as our Purdue School of Science. We're only one of accredited 26 accredited forensic science programs, very well known social work program, and a lot to offer our students. A big part of us is our last I, which is Indianapolis. So we're located right in Indianapolis's backyard. So you do have an urban setting. We have 4 residence halls on our campus. Indianapolis is a great college city. It's relatively inexpensive. There's so much you can do between museums, restaurants, the Indianapolis Zoo. It's the state capitol. There's professional sports teams, minor league sports teams, the Indianapolis 500. So it's really a great city for our students to be able to explore, as well as really make a footprint on. We have 500 clubs and organizations on our campus. You name it, we have it. We do have a great multicultural center that is super active on our campus and does a lot of amazing events and programs. We have a state-of-the-art campus recreation center. We are Division I athletics. We compete in the Horizon League. We do have, as I mentioned, the 4 on-campus housing options. We do have some great events and programs. I should mention we are a large university. We have about 20,000 undergraduate students, about 28,000 with our graduate programs. So how do you become a Jaguar? So a big part is obviously filling out your application, whether it's applying through our Apply IU application or the Common application. We don't care which one, either one is fine. We require official high school transcripts from your high school, as well as an essay, your application fee or waiver, and we are test optional. We'll continue being test optional. This is not going to change. We're really looking for, if you're applying with test scores, a minimum requirement of a 2.8 or higher and 1,000 or 19 on the ACT or SAT, 1,000 on the SAT, and then obviously your essay. If you're applying without test scores, we're looking for a 3.0 GPA or higher. One thing I will mention is these are direct admission just to generally to IUPUI. It's not direct admit to our specific programs. So each of our programs, you can be directly admitted without test scores. They just have different GPA requirements. And then sometimes it's a math sequence difference. So there's a little bit of a different requirement per to be directly admitted to some of our programs. As you can see the picture of our natatorium, we're really well known for our natatorium. A lot of students come up to me because they've swam there. We host Olympic swim trials every 4 years. So our students are able to get tickets and watch Olympians qualify for upcoming Olympics. A big part of coming, a lot of students will say to me, why would I come to IUPUI and not go to IU or Purdue? You do get an IU or a Purdue degree depending on your major. However, we are a totally separate institution. So a big part is there is a huge savings. So out-of-state tuition for students coming from Illinois is out-of-state tuition for anyone is $32,582. Minus our Illinois Student Excellence Award, that's $18,952. As long as you have a minimum GPA of a 3.0, you automatically get that award. So your tuition as an Illinois resident is $14,630. And then room and board cost is about $11,000, a little over $11,000 if you're planning on living on our campus. You do not have to, it is completely up to you. We do offer a few other scholarships for our students coming from Illinois. So we have admissions-based scholarships. As long as you have a 3.5 or higher, you're usually eligible for an admission-based scholarship. We do have an excellent honors college that comes with an additional $8,000 scholarship. You just have to be admitted to IUPUI by November 1st. So I recommend if you are a high achieving student and you're interested in our honors college, you do need to be admitted in usually August, September, the first week of October, so that you have time to apply to our honors college. And then we have great competitive scholarships as well as diversity scholarships that students are able to apply to by February 15th. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you learned a little more about IUPUI. We are open for campus visits. So if you wanted to come to Indianapolis, it's only about 2.5, 3 hours away. You can come. We are open year round for visits. And then feel free to contact me. We do have in-person. I'm regionally based in Chicago. So you can schedule a virtual visit with me. As I mentioned, the in-person tours, or you can feel free to contact me. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. So next up, we have the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
All right. So good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here with us today. My name is Keena Griffin, and I'm an assistant director in our undergraduate admissions office with the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I'm actually located in our Chicago satellite office, so I recruit regionally based on the Chicagoland territory. So I'm going to talk to you about the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and I want to start with our campus profile. The University of Illinois is the state's flagship university. We are the biggest school in the entire state, and I like to think that we have the most resources of any school in the state. Now, with that, our undergraduate population hovers around 34,000 students with a total campus population of just over 52,000. Now, that is a very large family, so although we do have plenty of students, we have the resources to be able to support your individual needs as a student on our campus, regardless of what your pathway is going to be. With so many different students, I like to think that number 1 and number 52,000 have completely separate walks of life and completely separate academic pathways. And that's what every student is going to experience in between that number 1 and that number 52,000 student. Now, on our campus, we're also really proud of our diversity. So we have the most students of color in any top-ranked Midwestern institution, and every state in America is represented, as well as 106 different countries across the globe. So although we are the public flagship University of Illinois, and our primary mission is to serve the families and the students of Illinois, you are going to have a global experience because the campus at the university does provide that global experience, a number of different pathways, and a number of different opportunities for you to connect with people from across the world. Now, inside the classroom, we're really highly ranked, and we are really well known for the things that we do. We're most well known for our Granger College of Engineering and our Geese College of Business. We're the number 6 ranked undergrad engineering program in the country, the number 14 ranked business undergraduate program in the entire country. But we like to think that no matter what it is you choose to study, your degree is going to be highly, highly respected because of the ways that we'll prepare you both inside of the classroom as well as outside of it. Now, there is a list of 11 different academic communities that you'll see on your screen. These are known as our colleges. So if you hear me use the term colleges throughout the presentation, these are the groupings that I'm talking about. Like I mentioned, engineering and business are the most popular and most competitive majors, but our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences itself houses over 70 majors of that 150 plus on our campus. A quarter of our students every year come into our Division of General Studies as well. So if you're undecided, you get an additional 2 years to explore programs, meet those degree requirements, and see exactly where you want to end up in terms of your career path. Now, there are a lot of hidden gems. I don't have the time to talk about all of them on our campus. So the link that you see at the bottom in orange is what we call our Program Explorer, the go.illinois.edu/majors link. That will pull up the list of all of our academic programs and pathways on campus, and it will give you detailed information and a detailed breakdown about every major that we have to offer on our campus. Like I mentioned, our programs are highly ranked, and you're going to get a top-tier education at the University of Illinois. We are ranked the number 15 public university in the entire country, and throughout our history, we've had a ton of impactful alumni. We have had 23 Nobel Prize winners, 26 Pulitzer Prize winners among our faculty and among our alumni. And we offer the highest return on investment in the Big Ten. So we know that college is an investment in your future and in your education. So students that graduate from Illinois with a U of I degree find themselves in really amazing places throughout their career pathway. But like I mentioned, we don't just focus on inside of the classroom experiences. Those supplemental things outside of the classroom are truly where an Illinois degree starts to shine. So there are 3 big categories. Institutional research, we are tier 1 in terms of our research ranking. We offer a ton of research programs that about 40% of our students take advantage of by graduation. Study abroad is another huge department with over 400 trips every year going to more than 60 countries. And our Career Center is world renowned. So students get that individual touch and that individual feel to be supported in their career pathway as they're learning in our classrooms as well. Now, this is a more expansive grouping of some of the things that we have to offer. In total, there are actually over 1,800 registered student organizations on our campus. So if there's anything that you envision your college experience being, anything that you want to do on a college campus, you can do that right here at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. We offer 19 Division I Big Ten athletics programs. We are in the NCAA tournament. We're excited about our game later this afternoon. But our community in Champaign and Urbana both surround the campus to make sure that our students feel confident and feel welcome, regardless of what activities they choose to participate in. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about our application process, our dates, and our review process. These are the dates from last year, but they do stay relatively consistent from year to year. Generally, each year our application opens up on September 1st, and we encourage students to apply by our priority admission deadline of November 1st. The final deadline is January 5th, but if you apply by that November 1st date, then you will receive the best and fullest consideration for any competitive majors on our campus or any space-constrained majors, as well as merit-based scholarships and honors programs. When you apply, you don't have to apply separately for scholarships or honors. We ask you for a lot of information that I'm going to talk about briefly, but we also want to make sure that we do a lot with that information. Every year, there is either 1 decision release date or 2, depending on our capacity for that year. So this past year, we only offered 1 admission notification date in mid-February, and we expect that to be consistent going into next year as well. But once we get your application, we look at them holistically, and that means we categorize them, or I like to categorize them in 2 separate ways. The first being academic preparation, which are the first 2 lines you see on your screen. We look at your grades and your course rigor. We don't necessarily look at the numeric GPA. We'll look at the classes that you took to see that you challenged yourself and that you did well. We are test optional for fall 22 and fall 23 applicants, and for residents of the state of Illinois, we'll be permanently test optional. We also want to make sure that our students understand their major, that they fit into the program so that our goals align with yours and that we're going to be the best place to serve your educational needs. So we do consider your extracurricular activities. We'll consider your short answers and essays to make sure that you understand the program, have had some exploration of what you want to do with your career path, and that, again, our goals align. Now, with that said, we are always here to help. I'm going to leave our Office of Undergraduate Admissions contact information up on the screen for just a few moments. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email us, call us. Emails go directly to your direct admissions counselor. Phones are always staffed from Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. And then if you want to follow us on social media, there's always cool things going on campus. Like I mentioned, we're really excited about our tournament game later today. But with that, I'm going to stop here, say thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your days.
All right, thank you so much. Hopefully students, you were taking some notes because the college representative just gave some great information for all of you. And so with that, I know that you have a class coming up soon. So I wanted to take a moment and tell you thank you so much for being here. And in a moment, when you end the session, you'll be able to actually take a quick survey. So please take that survey, give us some feedback. Tell us what you think. Just let me know. We encourage you to go back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions also. There's one happening right after this one, so make sure you sign up for that. Now, if you miss a session or if you want to watch this one again, they'll be available at a later date on strivescan.com/Glenbard. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.